Upright for the third time, representing ISG Gaming. It is going to be Kaposh, our green Protoss. And then down over here at the bottom left side of the map, in the red trunks, it is going to be the Zerg player Reason. Welcome in, guys. We are all tied up 1-1 right now, going into our final game of the Losers Final, best of 3, game number 3 itself. I'm Cheesehead Logic, representing Team Empire as a broadcaster. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, so doing that bit right now, and this is the Vasacast Invitational South American Qualifiers. Winner goes on to face a lot of the top talents that are getting invited to the Vasacast Finals on February 16th and 17th in the Grand Finals. For those who don't know, of course, there's players like Snoot, Demaga, Koss, Lucifron, Vortex, we got Zeum, we got, I don't remember every player, Star Eagle, and a couple others. And of course, after this tournament, of course, it's either going to be Reason, Kapoch, or Killer that are going to be the player that moves on into the finals. And of course, still 5 announcements are left. So are there going to be more European players? Are there going to be any American invites? Is there going to be any Korean players maybe invited as well? So who knows? You'll have to pay attention and see, and you guys can always find that out at www.vasacast.com. And if you guys want to check out everything going on here at www.vasacast.com/invitational, it's kind of your epicenter, it's your home for all your information in regards to this tournament. So game number 3 underway. We are on Daybreak, Forge Fast Expand opener again by Kaposh. He is putting down the Forge again, once in on the backside, putting down pylons. And I think that's a pretty critical thing to do, especially if you plan to, you know, if you plan to pylon block, you need to get a Forge down first, because once again, usually one of the initial reactions by your opponent, oh boy, cancels it out of the way. This is actually such a nice delay, because he could put another pylon. Doing such a wonderful job actually blocking and not getting not on. Oh man, he really wants to kill that probe right now. It's about 3 HP off, but great control. Typically, again, like when we talk about pylon blocks, the hatcheries are going to be delayed, so the first thing that's going to really come out and be the focus of are the links to block, kill, and get them out of the way. And of course, once in a while, what that does is allow an opportunity for the Zerg player to go across the map, and if there's not a cannon in place because he's invested into the pylons and Nexus and the Forge and the gates and blah blah blah, those links can't get in there. Rare, but it is possible, and that's again why you have to get that Forge down. And of course, always that threat and the possibility to threaten your opponent with cannon placements at the third and the natural as well. Alright, so let me make sure everything is looking good. All the chats are working. Awesome stuff. Okay, guys, welcome in. Right now, it is tied up 1-1. Killer lost the first game. No, Killer just lost that last game. Killer lost the last game. Oh, no. If you're talking about Killer, Killer is sitting right now in the Grand Finals, hasn't lost or hasn't played anybody just yet. He's waiting for the winner of this. This series, again, is tied up 1-1. And the final, of course, best of 3. Oh, man, I just got almost like a little bit of a head rush, man. I've been, like, knocking down monsters like crazy. I need to start hydrating myself a little bit better. And that is kind of a little bit of an interesting topic. I'm actually going to try to make more of that like a focus to at least hydrate maybe just a tiny bit more, get a little bit more water rather than soda and Monster. I'm kind of one of those people that just has a hard time breaking away from the habit of soda, energy drinks, and stuff like that. I just like flavor, caffeine, all that. You know, it's just tasty. It's good. It's not exactly just plain and bland like water, but again, not very healthy to the body. A lot of extra additional calories. And it's kind of funny because yesterday I kind of put a little bit in perspective and control. Unfortunately, everybody knows he got that the blood clot, and those blood clots are probably one of the most serious things. Like that could be like literally just death right then and there. A blood clot could happen, and you might not know about it, and you just die from it. And I mean, a big cause of that sometimes for us people, for the people that are sitting in esports, are because again we might not work out again a lot. We might be sitting for hours upon hours upon hours. So about every hour or so, guys, get a chance, just stand up, move around a little bit, get some water, do something. You know, take care of the body. Don't completely make yourself 100% stagnant, sitting all the time, and you know, just kind of putting your body in a little bit of danger. We love our nerds, man. We don't want them to pass away. So here we go, Zelda across the map. Going to be taking that out, and eventually does take out the Zealot, loses only one Ling, not too bad of a micro from both players. It looks like everything is still working. I don't know why I'm seeing something kind of like pop up on my other monitor. It's kind of like tweaking out. Make sure I gotta... There we go. Looks like it's going to be okay. Okay, so sweet. Looks like everything is working indeed. Now, on the Protoss end of things, when we always look... Usually, again, it's... Off of a Forge Fast Expand, usually the Zerg player, of course, grabs 3 hatches. I mean, that's basically very standard. Then we look and see what exactly is the Protoss going to do, because that's typically the way that the Zerg is going to have to react, whether he's going to have to defend a Stargate, Immortal Sentry, all in. Usually the Protoss is the attacker, and the Zerg is the defender at the beginning of the game. There we go, the Vor Prism is coming across the map already. Kind of a little bit risky just to kind of fly it over the middle of the map, but I think he might have had a watch tower control, at least for the time being, flying over it, so he sees nothing is there. Now, what this is going to do, I think there we go. Kapach is going to go basically for the Sentry War Prism drop. He's got all of his 7 gates finishing up right now. The final one needs to actually get morphed into a gate. He needs to double check and make sure to get that one involved. Doesn't want to cut any production that he doesn't have to. But here we go. The Sentries do make it in again. We saw this happen earlier today. Oh my god! And you know, some players, when this happens, they actually just GG out, because this is so hard to deal with, especially if you can't get any defenses, if you can't snipe down all the units. And I mean, with 6 gates, all the endless warpins that could happen. It's just so freaking hard to deal with. Now, Lings are coming out to try to help out, pick off some of the sentries, but of course, with this amount of stalkers and units here, and of course, he could just hide them in the War Prism. Now, he needs to get them down and re-force field off that ramp once again. Over here, meanwhile, on the backside, a little bit of a Zealot run-by, if you want to call it. And are they going to go for the spines? Yeah, they're going to go for the spines. So again, if they take care of the spines out of the way, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with everything in the main. More sentry warpins, and again, there's not a lot that he has to realistically do. He just needs to continuously overlap force fields over and over and over again. And with this amount of sentries, it's nothing that he ever has to worry about, because even if he wants to be just precautionary with this amount of sentries, he could even like try to time it out like 5 seconds early or something like that. Now, the continued attack coming over here at the 3rd base over here, clearing out some of the extra drones and lings, and at this point, there we go. I mean, Reason just realizes, like, hey, you know, I'm not going to be able to save my main, there's no point. Time to go for the counter attack, but already on the backside, as we see, Second Immortal is coming out. Sentries are in place, so he's going to be able to not only force field a lot of this off, he's going to be able to pick a lot of it off as well. There's just not a lot of roaches and lings to speak of. Now, he does need to focus back right here into the main again, finish off some of the tech structures, prevent any additional roaches from getting morphed, prevent any additional links from getting morphed as well. And as we see, the 8 lings that are coming out, those are the last guys right there. So if he can't get the job done right here, he is going to be dead. He will die right over here and right then and now. So got to be very careful with his micro and his macro, and at this point he's actually just pulling back, but you know, too little too late. Kapach has a completely huge supply lead, and it looks like we're going to have ourselves another PVZ in the grand final. That's just gross, right? So here come all the roaches, but you know, already the damage has been done. The hatchery and the main and the lair gets taken down, so not only does he have to remake the spawning pool, he's got to remake a lot of drones, he's got to remake units, he's got to remake the lair. He's just very, very behind. As we take a look and see at the worker count right now, oh, even tries to catch some of the units from the high ground. Sick plays right now by Kapach. Sick plays, absolutely just disgusting work ethic right now from him, making sure he's just completely punishing to the best of his ability. 32 drones, 16 roaches are out on the map, 14 stalkers, which can compete, of course, with force fields and guardian shields and some zealots, of course. And there we have it. The GG, guys. A little bit sad for